Thank you so much for joining us today here for this wonderful yoga session with the Breast Friends organization in Tigard, Oregon. There's a link to their website down in the comments below if you're interested in having any more information. And as always, if you have any comments or you want to like or subscribe or share, I think the world would benefit from more yoga in general. My name is Christine, and I am leading a class today where we will be taking care of our whole bodies, and we will also be taking especially good care of our feet today. So let's go ahead and start sitting on your mat, although you could probably do this first part from a chair if you like. I like to sit up on a nice thick folded blanket. Gives my hips and my knees a little bit of ease here. And you can just sit in a cross-legged position, or you might want to be sitting on your heels in hero's pose or up on a couple of blocks. Just wherever you are, make sure that you're comfortable and you can have a nice, straight, strong spine. And if you hear any noises from outside, I'm recording from my home today, so just let those be part of the background noise. Let's go ahead and just welcome yourself to your practice today, to this present moment. Set aside anything that has been going on for you so far today, any plans that you want to make for later on. And invite yourself to be fully present for yourself, really showing up. In yoga, we like to say energy flows where attention goes. So let yourself pay attention to yourself just in warm regard, because you're a human being experiencing everything that we humans experience on this planet. And just begin to gather information. Notice where you're breathing. Notice where you feel the breath, if it's up in your heart, your chest area, or down deep in your belly. If it's up here, if it's constricted or fast or irregular, you might be bringing a little bit of stress with you to this practice today. So that's just your nervous system letting you know that you've got a little stress running around in your body, maybe a little adrenaline or cortisol. But that breathing is a two-way communication with our nervous system. So you can tell your nervous system, it's actually okay, I'm safe right now, and it is a good time to be relaxed so that I can repair the cells of my body, get a little flexibility and stretching. And we do that by bringing the breath down deep into the belly. So go ahead and take one or both hands to cover your low belly. And maybe close your eyes if it makes it easier for you to really feel your belly expand into your hands as you inhale. And soften and relax as you exhale. See if you can feel the breath expanding into your hips, your side body, your low back. Just really focusing your inward attention on bringing that breath down into your pelvis. As you hold your belly here, hold it with a sense of tenderness and compassion. And see if you can begin to slow the breath down a little bit. If we're too stressed out when we're getting on the yoga mat and we try to stretch, we can cause ourselves injury or maybe just not get very many benefits from the practice. So when we're relaxed and focused, we can have a little more ease in our muscles, our joints, ligaments, and our breath. Just inviting that sense of ease for you today. Then we're just going to do a little pranayama practice, a breath practice. And this is called box breathing. And we call it a box because it's kind of a 4-part breath. So we inhale for a count of 4. That's the first side of the box. And then we hold the breath for a count of 4. That's the second side. Exhale for a count of 4, third side. And then we hold the exhale out for a count of 4 before we inhale for another count of 4. So let's go ahead and come into your natural breath. We'll take a full regular breath to prepare, and then I'll get us started by counting off. Nice full cycle of breath. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Leave the breath out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own. If this practice makes you breathless or anxious, just come back to a nice balanced breath. If you're finding 4 is too long or too short, go ahead and come to 3 or 5 or whatever works better for you. And we'll find 3 more full rounds, 1 complete box at your own time. So I'll just be quiet while you find that quiet stillness within you. When you found those 3 complete rounds, come back to your natural breath and just notice the quality of your mind, the quality of your energy, the quality of your focus and your attention. Then bring your awareness to the base of your spine and let your awareness travel upward through all the vertebrae of the spine. And as you do, see if you can create a little more space between each vertebra, giving room to those discs. And those discs in our spine are made up of 90% water. So especially in these hot summer months, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. But let's tap into that sense of fluidity here as we walk those fingertips out to either side. And let's just inhale to reach the right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, just a little side bend over to the left. Inhale, bring those right fingertips up. Exhale, float them back down. Inhale, reach the left fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, little side bend towards the right. Inhale, reach back up towards the sky again, and exhale to float down. Let's do 2 more times to each side and let it be fluid and flowy, moving at your own pace with your breath in a way that makes sense for you. And these side bends don't have to be super big, just making a little bit of space along the side ribs. Next time you bring those right fingertips over towards the left, that's the last time. Let's inhale, both hands reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together and draw them right down to meet your heart. Just take a moment here again to tap into that inner fluidity. And then we'll interlace the fingers right here. Make a little bowl right underneath your low abdomen with your interlaced hands. We're gonna inhale and reach those fingers forward and up and around like you have a big beach ball on your lap. And once they get to the top, we're gonna press them right back down towards the lap. And we're gonna flip those hands forward, straighten the arms and reach the hands all the way up towards the sky. And then release as you exhale to let the hands float back down to the beginning. Interlace your fingers again, and this time switch your clasp so that the non-dominant thumb is on top. And we'll move here with the breath. Inhale, reach the fingers forward and up and around. Exhale, press down. Inhale, reach the palms forward and up towards the sky. Exhale, float down. Again, your regular clasp here to start. Inhale, float up and around. Exhale, gentle press down. Inhale, forward and all the way up. Exhale, release. Again with the non-dominant side. Moving at your own pace with your breath. And we'll do that whole little ditty 2 more times, the next time with your regular clasp and the last time with your non-dominant clasp. Keep your mind focused on your breath, sensations that you're feeling in your body. Tap into that fluidity, moving with the flow. And the next time those hands break apart, we're going to bring the fingertips down behind the hips. And if you're sitting with crossed legs, switch the cross of your legs. Let's inhale to reach the arms up towards the sky once again. And this time we'll exhale to twist to the right and just let the hands float down wherever they like. Inhale forward and center, reach up. Exhale, twist gently to the left. Inhale, back to center, fingertips reach up. Gentle twist as you exhale and lower the arms to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more time to each side. And then we'll inhale back to center after your last time left. This time we're just going to take the palms down through the center. And as you bring your hands to your forehead, relax the forehead. Lower as you relax your eyes. Relax and soften the jaw. Soften the shoulders. Soften the heart and the belly. And let your hands land on your lap once again. And just check in with yourself, your inner experience. What are you feeling in this present moment? Giving yourself that focused and tender attention today. And then let's come to stand. So I'm just gonna take this blanket out from under me. If you have one, you might want to keep it nearby for later on in our practice. Just gonna stand up and just kind of shake out the legs. We've been sitting for a minute. We're just going to find a little movement here, shake out the arms. You might even reach the arms up towards the sky. You might even bounce a little bit here. Again, just moving some energy around, as well as saying hello to all the tissues and all of the joints of your body. And then we'll come to stand with the feet underneath the hips. Let's take a nice big inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, float your hands down just above your knees to the tops of your thighs and come to a little chair position. Let's inhale to open the heart, draw the shoulder blades down the back. And as you exhale, round the shoulders forward and bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the shoulders forward, chin to chest. Inhale one more time, open up, maybe sit a little bit lower. Exhale, round the chin towards the chest. Bring those hands up off the knees, straighten the legs, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, let the hands float down. Just checking in with yourself once again, reconnect to your breath. And then we'll inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky. Palms come together, exhale, bend into those knees, sit down and back, chair pose. I'm going to just turn towards the side here. I'm not sitting down too terribly far, but my knees are not going past my toes, and we want to make sure that that's the case so that your knees are safe here. We're just going to maybe lower those hips a little bit more, but try to keep that nice long spine here, heart lifted. Inhale, press into your feet, straighten the legs, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, float the arms back down. Let's do that a couple more times, building up some strength in those legs. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, float down, chair pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, bring the palms together. Exhale, chair pose. Continue moving with your breath at your own pace. Building up a little heat, building up a little energy, building some strength in the lower body. This is called Uttanasana in Sanskrit. And we also refer to it as fierce pose. So let's sit down and back one last time. We'll stay here. We're calling this fierce pose here. So really tap into yourself. Let your weight be in your heels. Feel the strength of your glutes and your hamstrings here. And then we'll inhale, press into the feet, reach up and come forward up onto the balls of your feet as much as feels comfortable for you. And then exhale, hands and heels lower down. And you might just want to shake out those legs again, shake out your arms, and then come back to your Tadasana. Check in with your breath and see how you're feeling now. You might notice a little energy tingling in your hands. You might notice your heart beating a little more strongly. Come back into connection here with your breath. And then we'll inhale once again, bring those hands up overhead. Exhale, you got it, chair pose. We're gonna bring the hands to the knees here. And here we're just gonna make some little circles in the knees. And notice how that affects your ankles and your feet. kind of giving a little massage from up above to the bottoms of your feet. So really feel the outer edges, the inner edges, the balls and the toes. And then we'll reverse those circles. Just noticing what you notice. Want to even things out, so a couple more circles here. And then we'll press into the feet, rise back up, reach your hands out and up. And then bring your hands together and exhale down towards your heart. Take a full cycle of breath right here. Honor how far you've come. Honor where you are. And then we'll take the hands to the hips. Maybe take the feet out a little bit wider. And we're just going to make some circles in the hips. And these hip circles can be very subtle, or maybe they can be really generous. Maybe you even want to take your feet out a little wider. And notice what's happening in the whole lower body. You might imagine you've got a bowl of brownie batter here, and your butt is the spatula. Just want to scrape all that brownie batter from the bowl. And again, we'll switch directions. Use circles. Again, as small or as big as feels good to you today. And then we'll come back to center, straighten the legs, take the feet out a little wider than hip width, hands to your hips, superhero posture. I love this posture. Lifted heart, shoulder blades down the back. Strong spine. And then let's inhale to reach the arms out into a victory posture, star pose. And as you exhale, let's bend the knees, bend the elbows, goddess pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess pose. Keep moving like that. You might want to make your stance a little wider or a little narrower, whatever feels good to you. You could turn your toes out towards the corners of the mat if that makes it a little more accessible. It does for me. And really tap into that inner goddess here. One of the breath practices I love to do in goddess pose is lion's breath. It is great for opening up that throat chakra, getting into our ability to speak for ourselves and present our authentic selves to the world. So let's just find 3 more of these here with the lion's breath. Inhale as you reach up, lion's breath, stick out the tongue. 2 more like that. Keep the eyes open. Big old lion's roar here. One last time. And then we'll press up into star pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, let your arms float down. Heel toe your feet back to Tadasana. And check in with yourself here. I love doing lion's breath with remote yoga. Nobody has to see what you're doing, but it feels pretty good, a little liberating, I feel. But now we're going to come on down to the floor any way you want to get there. But if you want to do it the yoga way, let's inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, bring your palms together. Exhale, bend your knees generously. Let your hands come down to your mat. Step 1 foot back and then the other to come into a high kneeling posture. Hands can be at your hips here. And we're just going to step this right foot out towards the right. And the sole of the foot is flat on the floor. The outer edge of the foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. This is gate posture. Let's inhale to bring that right hand to the outside of the right thigh and the left fingertips up towards the sky. Get long from your knee to your fingertips. Take another inhale here and either stay here as you exhale or take a little side bend with that exhaling breath. Breathe into the left side of the rib cage, the armpit, the hip. Next inhale, come back to center, bring your arms out to a T. And as you exhale, bring your left fingertips down to the floor and your right arm either up towards the sky or at a diagonal alongside your right ear. Breathe into the right side body. Press strongly into that outside edge of your right foot. Let's inhale, come all the way back up to that T pose. Exhale, lower the hands and sit down and back into hero's pose. Just checking in with the two sides of your body. And then we'll inhale back to high kneeling. And we'll send that left leg out. Press strongly into the sole of the left foot, outer edge parallel with the short edge of the mat. We'll inhale to extend the left arm alongside the left thigh and the right fingertips up to the sky. Make sure you're not putting any pressure on this left knee. Inhale to find length in the right side of the body. Exhale to stay here or find a little side bend. Nice full breath here into the right side of the body, expanding from your knee to your fingertips. And then we'll inhale, find that T posture, arms out to either side. Exhale, right fingertips down to the earth. Left arm up towards the sky or a nice strong diagonal alongside that left ear. And you can sort of rotate your pinky down towards the earth and notice how that affects your left shoulder blade. One more full breath right here. And then we'll inhale all the way up to that strong T. Exhale, bend the knees and come back to your hero's pose. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What is the quality of your breath? How is your vitality? And then we'll turn to sit on our high knees. Let's extend those legs out long in Dandasana pose. And you might want to center yourself on your mat so you have plenty of room for the rest of your body to lay down. But we're going to start here with a little seated figure 4. So, well, actually, let's back up a little bit. We'll start in Dandasana. And again, you might want to bring a blanket or a little pillow under the hips if you're finding that your back is rounding here. Otherwise, find that nice tall spine, toes pointed up towards the sky. And we're just going to inhale here to point the toes gently. Exhale to point them up towards the sky. Inhale, gentle pointing of the toes. Exhale, flex the feet, press into the heels. One more time, we'll point and flex. And then this time, instead of pointing, we're going to make little high heel shoe feet. So press into the balls of your feet and then flex up towards the sky. Press into the balls of the feet, kind of look like little Barbie feet. Just getting a little movement there. And then this time we're just gonna curl the toes in, like you could pick up a pencil or something with your curled toes. And then we're gonna spread them out nice and wide. Curl the toes in, spread them out nice and wide. One more time, curl in and spread out. Now we're gonna find that figure four. So bend that left knee and bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. You might need to use your hands to help it get there. And we're just gonna inhale here, find that tall spine. And as you exhale, hinge forward at your hips, noticing where you feel sensation and breathing into that sensation. Maybe your left hip, maybe your right hamstring. And then we'll inhale back to that tall spine. Now we're going to do a little foot massage. So take your fingers and just begin with your thumbs to massage along the inside of your foot, the arch, the heel. Maybe use your hands to kind of squish and massage. You could use your thumbs to get into the balls of the feet, massaging in between and underneath each toe. And just, you know where your places are that want attention. You might even massage in between the little metatarsal bones in the top of the foot. And then squeeze and gently pull each toe in their turn. Maybe a little massage, maybe rolling the toes in your fingertips, whatever feels nice to you. And then you might get into the ankle a little bit, and maybe even up along the shin, into the calf. When we have foot issues, we have to remember we have that whole fascia tissue that surrounds everything and connects everything. So it gets underneath your feet and all the way up to the crown of your head. Not only that, but we have tendons and muscles that insert into our knee and wrap around underneath the foot like a little stirrup and attach over to the other side of the knee. So everything is really connected here. So we want to loosen up this whole area when we're having foot issues. And then we're just going to take the hands to the left knee and brush any residual tension out of that leg. And if you have anything going on in your life that doesn't serve you anymore, you might imagine yourself just wiping it away and brushing it off. One more time. And then we'll release that left leg and just windshield wiper your feet a little from side to side. Come back to your strong spine in your Dandasana pose, staff pose. And then we'll bend that right knee, bring the right ankle to the top of that left thigh. Reestablish your strong spine. Inhale right here. Exhale, little hinging forward at the hips. Imagine the ribs coming away from the pelvis a bit as you find length in your spine. Notice where you feel the sensation and see if you can send the breath there. Use your next inhale to come back to that straight, tall spine, and then we'll massage that right foot. So again, take your thumbs, your knuckles, your whole hand, whatever feels nice to you, and just explore any parts that are tight or tense or just calling out for a little bit of focused attention today. Get all the parts of your foot. Make sure nobody feels left out. Don't forget to do the toes, the top of the foot. And if you notice any places in particular that are calling out for you, maybe you want to just stay right there. Give that part a little focused attention. And then we'll move into the ankle. And finally up the calf and the shin. Shins are really hard places to stretch on their own. So sometimes taking your fingertips and just massaging along the shin bone can be very nice. And then we'll just take those hands at that right knee and brush away any lasting tension. Maybe there's something going on in your life you've just had enough of. Just let it go. And then we'll unwind, extend the feet back out, windshield wiper those feet a little bit from side to side. Find your Dandasana pose. And then I'm going to take my little folded up blanket and I'm going to put it right underneath my knees here. Find your tall spine, and if you have a bolster or a pillow or something, you might like to do that as well. We're just going to extend those arms out here, lengthen the spine, chin tuck, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale here, and as you exhale, we're just going to roll one vertebra at a time down to the mat. Takes a little bit of core strength to slow your roll. And you might break at any time. Whenever you do that, spine just come all the way down to the mat. And when you get there, we're just gonna reach those arms up overhead. Rotate your wrists and ankles a couple of times in each direction. And find a big full body stretch. One more inhale here. And then we'll exhale to come to your final Shavasana. Bring your arms down alongside your body. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Let your feet be out towards the corners of your mat. So you've got plenty of space. Take up space. Reclaim the space around you. So much in our Western culture, we women especially, are supposed to be small and quiet and unobtrusive. But now is your opportunity to reclaim the space around you. Just take some time here to once again soften and relax the forehead, the eye sockets, the cheeks. Release the hinge of your jaw. Relax all the muscles of your face. Relax your skull. And even imagine your brain just softening and taking a little break here. Notice any parts of your body that are still feeling tight or tense. Check in with your neck and your shoulders, your hands and your arms, your feet and your legs, your back, your belly, your heart. And invite any places that you notice that are feeling tension to be soft and relaxed. Don't worry about controlling the breath. Trust your body to just take that back over for you. Feel your body breathing you. Feel your heart beating you. You might even acknowledge how awesome it is that you are here that you have 37 trillion cells in your body that have benefited from this practice. That you have benefited the 70% water that all of our bodies are made up of and tapped into that flow. That you are part of nature, that you are made up of earth and water and air. And through this, we are all connected. Let's just take a few more breaths here in silence and stillness. Less than a minute, just to be here. Not letting go yet of this focused attention on your experience. One more full breath here. And then begin some gentle movement, wiggling your toes and your fingers. Open and close the fingers and toes, just like we did a little earlier with just the feet. Just letting that lymphatic fluid and blood come back from the extremities towards the heart. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead once again. And as you exhale, bend one knee and then the other. Bring the soles of your feet back to your mat. And we'll just windshield wiper those knees gently from side to side a couple of times. Giving a little low back massage to yourself here. And when your knees get to your favorite side, shift your hips to the opposite side so that you can roll onto your side. And then press yourself up to your tall seat. Although if you have time and you'd like to stay in that Shavasana posture, you can't do it for too long. If you're ending your practice with me today, come into a nice tall seat, whatever that looks like to you. Reestablish your strong, beautiful spine, the gentle lift of your compassionate heart. And then we'll inhale together to reach the arms out to the walls on either side of you. Bring your palms overhead to touch. And exhale, drawing that down to meet your heart. And if you like, you can bow down in respect and reverence for yourself, or respect and reverence for all the people with whom you have practiced today or who might later practice this video, and for anyone else you meet along the way. Namaste.